3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 647. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have in no particular order. It's the order I'm looking at on the screen. John DeLuna. John, are you eating something right now? No.
No, I'm not.
Good.
Are you coding something right now?
You hacking?
Not particularly. I'm writing a job description for a job opening.
Nice.
Okay, I'll take it. Whatever it is, I'll take it.
I'm hired.
Okay,
I'll
John.
take it,
I'll take it. I'll take it too, John.
I haven't written a job description in years. I hated it. It's the worst.
You just cut and paste from Indeed.
Am I qualified?
No.
I'll take it anyway.
Good.
How about me? Am I qualified, John?
No.
Good.
But I love you guys all the same.
So, we also have Rob. Cool. Matt.
Yo.
Hey, guys, actually, you made me think when you said the yo, because I immediately wanted to go, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook while the DJ revolves it. And, you know, I don't want to offend Don by citing the Devil song. But did you guys get the video that I sent to the mailing list?
No.
Did it not go through? Okay.
No, don't think so.
At dinner, the 3-year-old was dancing to the music on the overhead. And it was some horrible song. And she said, "This is Diecast song. This is Diecast song." And she was dancing to it. Yeah, it's pretty great. So, sorry. That's a total diversion. But that was fun. TFcon was a blast. And the kids miss Diecast. At least the 3-year-old does. Speaking of Diecast, there he is. My little guy. Isn't he cute?
I'm waiting for TFcon in Orlando.
Are you going now?
It's still in the air.
Okay. I'm like 70.
Florida is so expensive.
I'm like 70-30 not.
I'm just hoping.
And Florida is so close to Toy Fair, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to go to Florida, but it is just absolutely out of the question. Like, I would love to go to TFCon every 4 months, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Well, I know I won't go to... If I'm going to Orlando, I know I won't go to Toronto. And who knows where it's going to be if they have one in the fall.
Chicago.
And
But
Sean's
I don't know that I'd go to that either.
Sean is pointing out that that's the same weekend as Toylanta. I actually kind of want to go back to Toylanta. I really enjoy it. And it's not the biggest drive for me as it is for most of you guys. So,
And it'd be nice to have a small convention experience again.
yeah, and I really like the dealer room. The dealer room for non-Transformer stuff is killer. It's awesome.
Yeah, we remember when I was down there, Brian. I picked up
I did love the dealer rooms at Toylanta because, like, every time you thought you'd seen everything, you found another room, and it was huge.
Yeah, another corner they tucked some tables into.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, remember I found that Exo Squad, Exo the Resolute.
You're lucky that I wasn't there for the dealer preview night because I would have fought you to the death for that.
And that was Don and Chris. Yeah, I want to go back. I really do. I don't... Yeah. Maybe
So Diecast, abandon your Florida plans and just, aim for Atlanta that weekend.
I'm excited to go to Florida because I want to go, a full day and a half early. That way I can go actually do Universal Studios.
No, just hang out in Atlanta for a day.
I don't know.
well, maybe this time out
feel the enthusiasm for this idea.
Yeah. Well, maybe this time
Atlanta, Galaxy's Edge. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
Maybe this time out we can find that Walgreens where I saw that Titan Master Cup at.
If it's a Walgreens, it'll still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So actually, thinking about this, today, actually for the last few days, I've been really angsting over my collection, just not having my hands around what I have and what I don't. And Big Bad Toy Store posted those Transformers United figures that a restock on them. And that was what?
Probably a warehouse find, probably.
Yeah, that's what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Oh, more than that. That was, some of that stuff was like 2010, 2011.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know which ones I have and which ones I don't. So the only one I know for sure is the G2 Megatron, because it's like right there. I can look at it and point at it. So I pre-ordered everything, and then I'm going to just have to trim it down once I figure out what I have. But, yeah, I know. Because of that, though, I was thinking, well, why don't I go like TFU Info and just scrape it and put it on a spreadsheet and make a checklist, so I actually know what I have and what I don't have. It's not just a list of what I have, it's a list of, what I have and what I don't. So I actually tweeted out today, like, hey, does something like that already exist? And there's like 4 or 5 options out there already. I don't know that any of them exactly fit what I want, because I really just want a checklist and Google Sheets that I can refer to easily. But there's a couple really neat ones. There was one called, I don't want to butcher the name, but it's like schmacks.com or something. Of the ones that I played with, I think it had the best interface. But it also, the couple things I really like about it. One, it tracks the value of the toys, and it'll like automatically tell you what your collection's worth roughly. But also it has like a leaderboard on it, on who has the most toys. Which...
that sounds unhealthy.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was Scotty P from the Cybertron.com podcast, Twincast, was the one that referred it to me, and he was like number 2 on the list. And his
number 1.
The person who's number 1 was not that far ahead of him. Mm. But like, my problem with it, I love the idea, but I know I'm going to have like toy envy, because I'm going to be like 3,500 or something like that, and way toward the bottom. But like, I have like shy collecting, and I don't know that I can publicly show exactly what I have compared to everybody else. But otherwise, I thought that was really neat.
Well, Brian, did you see they also had the fall Cybertron stuff as a restock coming in as well?
Do they?
It's on their front pages. On their front pages, right beside the United stuff.
It was the weirdest selection. It was like Transformers United, Unite Warriors, and Fall of Cybertron stuff.
The Unite Warrior stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it was Megatronia and Lynx Master.
Yeah, they had Megatronia for about 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lynx Master is still up. They had Convoy Grand Prime, but 2 listings of that sold out.
They actually already have Lynx Master in stock for $10 less in the pre-order.
Oops. Yeah, I don't think it ever sold out.
Yeah.
What's weird is
that's a good set,
and it's got that ratchet.
Yeah, they inadvertently listed the set with the coin for $189 there when the listing first went up, and the regular one was like $219. So you could have gotten the one with the coin for $30 less than the regular set until they corrected it.
So the Fall of Cybertron, what I'm missing for sure from that, the only thing I know of is the Wreckers set. I
didn't see any of those listed. I think it was actually Takara Fall of Cybertron stuff. I may be mistaken though.
Yeah, no, it was Takara stuff.
Okay. And unless I don't think they did that Wrecker set.
No, I don't think they did. So,
Brian,
yeah,
Brian, the place where I got your Magna Convoy from did have the U.S. version of the Wreckers as a set.
How much?
I want to say it was like $130 for all. Was it 5 or 6?
I mean, it's probably not too bad, but
yeah, it was sold as a set only. But this was I've not been there in a while. Last time I was there was when I got that Magna Convoy, but I can check if I go up that way again.
I'll just check eBay.
I'm glad I didn't know about the Megatronia restock for the few minutes it was available, because I probably totally would have sabotaged my camera efforts here and ordered one.
It's like 180. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. That's the sickening part.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
That's the sabotage part, Brian. The $180.
Yeah,
I think I could cowbow that for a little bit cheaper.
I thought about the Convoy Grand Prime set because that was like the one Unite Warriors thing I skipped, and I thought about like I just nice to have the whole collection in box form. Luckily, I took some time to think it over, and people saved me from myself, and bought up all the stuff.
Great when that works out.
So thank you, everyone, for saving me $180. I appreciate it.
I mean, so I didn't get some of the duplicated stuff between Unite Warriors and Combiner Wars, but I didn't get Megatronia. I didn't get Baldigus at the time because I figured I could come back to that later, and it's not really working out that way, is it?
No, that one didn't get restocked either.
No, yeah, I just actually looked. That's how I knew how much Megatronia was.
It's a shame because it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, at some point, I'll be able to actually, circle back around and pick that up. It's just cameras keep breaking, and I'm honestly expecting to need a new TV at some point in the next 6 months because this one is literally 10 years old now, which is remarkable for being that it was a budget Vizio TV from Walmart in 2009.
Well, at least for Black Friday coming up, you'll have your choice of cheap TVs to look at anyway.
That's
so
true,
at least that's something.
And the thing is, though, that doesn't even really matter because, to get an equivalent TV to what I have now would not cost me more than $250 anyway. If I went, slightly fancy with it, I could get a super cheap one at Walmart any day of the week for probably $180. Just about the same price as a Unite Warrior set that I'm missing.
Well, it's just a lot of times what they'll do is Black Friday they'll get models or versions that has all the stuff that they normally wouldn't have.
I mean, I don't want a smart TV anyway.
No, that you don't need one.
No, I mean, if I had my way and could get whatever I wanted without having to worry about what it costs, probably a 42-inch 4K TV that I would actually finally hang on the wall instead of just having to sit on a table.
I miss doing that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But yes, I'm going to do, I'm probably still going to just scrape TFU info and put that out there. Ant gave me permission. I'll probably build it for myself first, and based on the how well it works out, I may share it out with other people.
So I just looked in the chat. Blader's complaining, oh sure, people talk me out of buying things.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so more on that later. I'll probably also do the one that Scotty recommended as well, but eventually. But I think that'll be a baby step after I make the other list. Okay. Did anybody get anything this week?
Oh yeah.
It seems to be a little bit of a slim week for us, but yeah, I think a few of us did.
I did, and I'll have something I'm really looking forward to next week. It's going to be here tomorrow.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Is it the thing we talked about earlier this week, or is it something else?
Did we talk about something earlier this week? I don't remember.
I'll just go with that as being a no, then.
Okay.
Do you remember us communicating this week at all?
No.
Okay. Well.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. No, I don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No. John.
Look forward to that in the future, though.
Hopefully next week. Yeah.
Maybe? Hopefully. I haven't gotten any more information on this mystery topic either.
Yeah, I know. John got something. What'd you get, John?
I did. So I got more. Well, I got a couple things. Things that fall into two different buckets. One, I reclaimed a good portion of my Armada collection and my Beast Wars second collection from my parents' house.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm a middle-aged man, and I do still have a significant amount of toys at my parents' house. It's getting less significant as I transition it to my domicile. But so I just before the show cracked open the box with, at least, I don't know, a third, half maybe of Beast Wars second. I forget how big that line was. I don't think it was huge.
No.
But everything is in absolute pristine condition. Nice. Very excited. So one thing that mint and box collectors lust for at this point is if the box still has that gloss on it, because that kind of fades over time, right? That finish. Mm-hmm. Every box has still got it. Every corner is still nice and no wear on the corners, no creases, no nothing.
Mandarake quality.
Yeah, it's awesome. So that's fun. And then I got 3 more vintage catalogs.
Ooh.
I got a 1993 Kenner Toy Fair catalog, which is fun.
And full of Batman, I assume?
Full of Batman. It's full of, let me see, y'all. What is it full of? It's very interesting how back in the day they would categorize toys. So this one is the Passport to Fun.
Yes.
Passport to Fun. It's rad. It's got, let's see here, 4 categories. Boys, activities, which is like your Easy Bake Oven and your Spirograph.
Ooh.
It's got the girls. So boys, activities, girls, and Nerf. Nerf is its own
It's
category.
Nerf or nothing.
It's Nerf
Yeah.
or nothing. So anyway, yes, in 1993, you get a snoot full of Jurassic Park Batman, both Batman the Animated Series as a toy line and like the kind of like timeless generic Batman line that's got, you know, redecos and remolds and it's just kind of like all over the place. It's got a lot of Batman Returns molds in there and it's kind of stuff all over the place. So we're stretching Batman.
Was it Max Shrek? Was that his?
Yes,
Max.
Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a Christopher Walken figure?
Let me see here.
Bruce Wayne.
Don't
Why are you dressed up
believe
like
you ever
Batman?
got one.
There's a Bruce Wayne.
Because he is Batman, you moron.
Was.
The other thing it has in here are plenty of planograms, which I mentioned last week, which are super fun. So again, back in the day, there were independent owners. That's extinct now. That beast has gone extinct. But back in the day, obviously, they leaned on their vendors to tell them what is popular and what they should buy and how to merchandise it. Because if you were a toy shop owner, a lot of your time was spent just running a business, not necessarily like being an expert on
Hey,
toys.
pause.
So you leaned on the vendors to tell
Pause.
you what
Pause.
to
Pause.
do.
Pause.
Yeah. Yes.
Skype froze up on my end. So can we? Yeah. Hold on.
Disaster.
Edit
Yes.
point. And it looks like drop. Yeah.
Start
hold on.
date.
It's not the problem that happened before. This is a different kind of screw up. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I love it.
It
Thanks,
looks like
Skype.
the video driver
The gift that
crashed.
keeps on giving.
Hold up. Okay. Yeah, that fixed it.
Oh, good.
Okay, you want me to start? Let me start
Yeah.
with the next book. How about that? The last
Actually,
book.
because
Okay, so the other thing I got, which is a holy grail, a rare find, if you will, is I got a 1984 catalog. It's not a Toy Fair specific catalog, but it's 1984 Tonka catalog that covers the early days, the first year or so of GoBots, among other things. And so what this is a catalog that a toy salesman would take into a toy shop and have the conversation with the buyer at the toy shop. And their job is to sell them on Tonka product and take an order, place an order, right? So you go in there with your with your samples, your catalog. You do your pitch, right? You probably go to that store maybe every 8 weeks or so. It's in your territory, and you got to get that sale. You got to get that order in. So this is the catalog that they would use to help with the sales process. And so there's lots of 1984, relatively speaking, I would assume. There's lots of 84 Tonka catalogs out there in the ether, probably, but not a lot of them have what this came with, which was it came with a pristine 2-part form, the order form, that a salesperson would actually fill out alongside the toy buyer at the toy shop. So it's a two-part form. You keep a copy, I keep a copy, and it's dated 1984.
So this has GoBots in it.
The prices are effective.
Oh,
It's got GoBots in it. So it's dated effective February 1st, 1984, and it's good until December 31st, 1984. So it's got wholesale prices. It's got the the number per pack, units per case, per pack. Sorry, the units per pack, and which is the same thing as case. How much each case weighs, how big a case is, and where it's coming out of, the state where it's basically being drop shipped from China. And if you care about that sort of thing, basically everything came out of Texas for Tonka. So, so the GoBot assortments, the wholesale price for the, I guess we would call them legends, the carded, regular size ones, the small ones. Those are $2.35.
That was their, was that, you said the retail or the wholesale price?
That is wholesale.
I figured it'd be
and
less
then
than
another
that.
thing to keep in mind. Well, keep in mind with this, nobody pays wholesale. So if you're a salesperson going in there, you always have a hot deal for the toy buyer. So, and usually the toy buyer would have a standard discount. So, you know, if you open an account with me, Tonka Man, I'll give you a standard 20% discount on every order. And every now and then I might come in and have a hot deal. Hey, this time, if you place an order with me today, because again, like I'm a salesman, right? If you place an order with me today, I'll give you 35% off wholesale. So it's always something. There's always a discount. So nobody pays that price. So anyway, so the official starting price for those GoBots wholesale was $2.35. You're probably paying under $2, or right at $2 maybe at most. They come 24 per case. Super GoBots were $5.95, and they were 12 per case. The Zod Monster was $11.95, and it was 6 per case. And the Command Center was $15.95, and it came 6 per case. So anyway, that's a little bit of history, toy history for you. I love it, and like I said, like the real like gem of my purchases this week was that 2-part form, which are super rare. That thing is 35 years old, and it's just a 2-part carbon form. So somehow it has made it through a third of a century into my grubby little hands.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's
Hey, John, wasn't I going to have you look for something at your parents' house, and I can't remember what it was.
I still got to send you the whale, but you were going to have me look for something else.
Remember.
I can't remember.
It was a flag,
No,
wasn't it?
The flag.
Oh, it was the was it the stun?
Was it? I don't know. It probably didn't matter. But that catalog's awesome.
I can't.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Faux
for sure.
Faux show. That's, yeah. I probably should. No, I'm not going to add something else to my collecting habits.
No, that's yeah, don't go down.
No,
don't go down that rabbit
You
hole.
should. Are you gonna like archive these somewhere? Like photograph them?
Yeah, I'm gonna. When I get around to it, my plan is to scan them, watermark them, but also scan them and share them with the world because they're neat and like I said, like I don't know. I mean, if you Google vintage Kenner planogram, I mean, you're gonna get some, but there's no telling if you're gonna get all of it. And yeah, it's like really cool. Like in the Kenner catalog, like they've got like a 10-foot planogram, and it shows you how you should merchandise Jurassic Park, Batman, starting lineup, like all this stuff just kind of like mashed together. And it's basically like, if you're a toy store owner and you give the Kenner guy 10 feet, he's like, here's what you should buy. Here's how you should merchandise it. Here's how it should.
Cool.
It's really
Awesome.
cool for sure.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
Because why not? I only have one thing this week, and it's not the super amazing thing that Chris and I were talking about. So, as we all know, I've been going through this process of rebuying crap that I had and parted with years ago. And one of the items that I wanted goes for many multiples, many multiples, like factor of 10 sometimes from what I originally paid for it.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
No, maybe not. It's one of probably 2.
Okay.
Actually, it was on Twitter, so you probably know it. So the one that I got, I'm not going to say where I got it from because there's so many good deals, and I don't want to buy them all.
Trade secrets, right?
I got finally. I had 2 of these at one point, but I finally rebought my X9 Ravage from Beast Wars Metals. It's in phenomenal shape. Doesn't have the card, but I still have the card from my original that I couldn't find when I sold it.
Oh, nice.
I just have to dig it out.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is, yeah, it's in there.
Isn't it nice when
Yeah.
things work out like
so
that?
this is not. It's probably I probably paid. I dropped it. I probably paid twice for it than what I sold it for, like in 2003. But it's half of what I found it for. So, it's just such a fun toy, and that Cheetor mold is just such a phenomenal, awesome toy. So, yeah. Wonderful. I'm so glad to have that back. And, John was talking about finding stuff. And I was digging out in my basement because I'm trying to get rid of crap. I'm not getting rid of this. But I decided I'm going to toss out some Masterpiece boxes that I no longer need. And I was looking for some boxes for some stuff I'm trying to part with. And I just happened to come across the Sound Blaster box from the reissue. And I pulled it out, and I'm like, man, this box is in great shape. And I love these toys, and they look awesome in the box. So I pulled them out, put them back in, and so that's so the Sound Blast reissue came with the Enemy and Wing Thing.
And
Yeah.
Wing Thing. Yeah, the Encore.
It's the Encore, yeah.
The Encore.
So, yeah,
Very nice.
I don't know where the Twincast box is. It's somewhere, but I don't think Twincast displays as well as this does, so it's probably not going to go back in the box. Yeah, nothing new. I've had it for like 15 years or however long it came out, but I was just pleased that the box has survived 2 attics and a basement, and it is...
Those actually are probably only 6 or 7
Really?
years ago.
Yeah, Encore wasn't
Let
that
me
long
check.
ago,
I can
Yeah.
tell you.
comparatively speaking.
Yeah,
of course.
sometimes it can surprise
Because
you.
I actually looked it up.
I have both of those as well.
The book box reissues would be more in the time frame you were originally saying.
2011, so 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Or 20...
I was gonna say they were definitely like a post.
Yeah, they
2010 thing.
were announced like in late 2011. They shipped in early 2012, so 7.5. Yeah, so I had the book box Soundwave too. I don't know where that is, and I'm certain the box isn't in good shape anymore. But yeah, no, it still survived 2 attics and in a basement, so I'm still pleased. But it's not quite as miraculous because it's not 15 years. It's just 7.
I mean, 8 years across that journey
Yeah.
is still pretty good.
Yeah. Rob, you said you got something?
Yeah, I got a few things. First off, many thanks to Matt, because he sent me some of his extra weaponizers, so now I have an extra cog and 6 gun. Also,
I thought I was getting that cog.
I'm pretty sure there's more than 1 cog, but at least the way Matt tells it. But either way, I have a cog.
Well, there was, but now I have a Grand Max cog, so we're gonna figure something out there, XV.
Oh, okay.
But also Power Dasher Zetar, who, as was the case with Cromar, has much better tolerances across the board than Brunt did. That is a really nice figure. And it's another one of those cases where they do a really good job of using the deco to differentiate them. You really kind of have to have them side by side to see exactly which parts, they just look nice and distinctive side by side is what I'm trying to say. And also, as a get well gift, he sent me a Lightning Collection Lord Zed, and that is just a gorgeous figure.
Yes.
I am just continually impressed by everything I see from the Lightning Collection. It all looks good. The articulation is fantastic. That is a really great line of figures. I have 2 now, and I am in danger at this point, I think, of getting more. The other thing I got is thanks to Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, I got sent a booster box of Siege 2, which is due out on Friday. And that comes with, of course, 30 booster packs and the special pack of Trypticon and his various, helper robots, whatever you want to call them. Trypticon and his sidekicks all in the special pack at the bottom of the box. That is going to be, I'm going to go through that on a 2-part video for TFormers.com. Look for part 1, hopefully tomorrow, where I unbox everything and give my thoughts. So that's pretty much everything I got this week, but I'm pretty happy with all of it.
Anybody besides Diecast?
No, I got nothing. this week.
Diecast.
We're recovering
Yeah.
from TFcon.
Yes. All right. First thing I got, which I did post on Twitter at Diecast2, I got Voyager KO Combiner Wars Megatron. So it was the leader Megatron, and it's shrunken down to Voyager sized. So he's pretty interesting.
From that well-known line, Transformers, the latest series, I see.
Yes, the latest series. They're a little behind, but
No, they can't possibly be behind because that's the latest series.
yes,
It's always current.
and just in case you're like a video game fan or something, he is a Cybertronian tycoon. So
That sounds like the worst game ever.
collect them all, or I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
Cybertronian, Deformation. He's a
So
deformation
he could
tycoon.
either be a deformation tycoon or a deformation big game hunter because he's a gun.
Well,
Sort
tank.
of.
That's
He's
he's
got
gun
on
tank. That's
treads.
true. That toy is just
Although, no, but the thing is though, like if you made a hunting game like Big Game Hunter, but instead of a rifle, you were driving a tank to go and get your quarry, like that would actually probably be fun.
maybe.
Yeah, baby. That mold is like a forgotten mold.
I don't like that toy.
Like that iteration of Megatron sure came and
It's
went.
I don't like
weird
it.
mold.
I don't like it.
It's a tank
I was also
Megatron.
kind of
I mean,
I was kind of intrigued by it just because it had a certain
Je ne sais
just
quoi.
yes, there was something kind of awkward about it. How it
Yeah.
just adhered to the G1 character model in very weird ways. I want to say that most other Megatrons do not, and that kind of intrigued me. But it never intrigued me to the tune of $50.
It also kind of inherited the spirit of the original classics in that it aged really quickly and not at all well.
And the Armada retool of it was horrible from the beginning.
Oh no.
oh,
I know
love
you
that
do.
retool. It's so
I know
it's so
you do.
terrible, but I love it.
Like I said, it's G1 Megatron cosplaying Armada Megatron, and that just by itself
Armada
is
Megatron
wonderful.
is in my
Yes.
top 5 favorite toys of all time. I love that toy so much. But that version
For sure.
just so horrible. So horrible.
I'll take it.
Mm.
I took it. Now, don't forget the Galvatron repaint of that Armada
Oh, yeah.
toy.
And Megazerac.
Well, yeah, if they had done the Combiner Wars Megatron in that deco instead, that would have been probably a
I
lot
got
better.
the
looking.
Megazerac from a mutual friend who will remain nameless, and I got the Galvatron from Retro Reboot when it was still open.
I also got Ratchet, and I want to thank my friend Rob and Patrick Dustbuster, who also grabbed one for me. But I got a little confused because someone sent me a link saying they were available online.
No, they lied.
So I got it from
finally
online.
went up, and you could actually order it. No, wow.
Yeah. But to do the free shipping, I got something off topic. I got the Gold Shield Black Ranger.
Nice.
So I guess in the next series we're getting a Black Ranger. Because how else does that make sense?
Well, they haven't announced anything, and Wave 4 isn't supposed to come out for a year, so it's really hard to tell.
Plus,
But-
this isn't like Transformers. A lot of the body parts are going to be interchangeable, so they don't have to reuse any of that anytime soon. Because of the few unique parts on that, probably the most significant one would be the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just strip the shield off, and there's your Black Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, you've still got the
armband,
biceps to worry about too, but yeah,
Yeah.
there are ways around that as well.
Just given what I've seen of the Lightning Collection stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if the bands on the biceps were free floating parts you could take out and get off. Oh,
They are
dang.
not.
That is a shame.
Yeah, we already have a Green Ranger to prove this science.
Oh.
And a Red Ranger from the SDCC pack.
Well, that's true, but nobody owns that, so.
I do at great
They made
expense.
10.
Anything else, Diecast?
Yeah, I also got, thanks to Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, I got the Siege 2 booster box, which comes with the Trypticon card. Really awesome card. It's just weird to include it in a booster box to me, because typically those booster boxes go out to retail stores like Walmart, Target, GameStop. And this card specifically is in a, if you look on my Twitter, it's in a plastic bag that says not for individual resale. So, like, I love this card. I'm so glad I have it. I'm a big fan of these large cards. I mean, I bought that, what was it, a Loot Crate or something that had
Loot
it?
Crate Omega Supreme.
Yeah, the Omega Supreme card in it. So, I'll go out of my way to get these cards. But it's kind of a shame how they're doing it for the general public, unless you're gonna buy a whole booster box just to get the Trypticon card. Then then it's worth it.
Those large cards are a weird size. I wish they were like just straight up 5x7, which is the size of 4 normal trading cards, because they make top loaders for those. But those cards don't fit in those, and I honestly have no idea what to do with them or how to store them.
There are top loaders for these sizes. I just forget what size this is.
Nothing goes in any
but
card
I
that
saw
I buy.
Yeah. But here's the Brunt. It comes with Brunt, Full Tilt, and Wipeout in their packages. The funny thing is the Brunt is the only single-sided card. It just has the Transformers generic logo on the back, but the Wipeout and the Full Tilt actually have their vehicle modes on the back.
Yeah, just for a little hunk of trivia on that, since I have opened my cards, the Brunt that comes in that pack is just, like the original figure, doesn't transform, it's a drone, but there is a weaponizer Brunt within the set of cards as a separate character. Interestingly, there are also battle cards that are specifically for Trypticon within the set, so that's just going to be kind of weird for people who buy individual packs instead of whole boxes, because they may end up with cards that they otherwise can't actually use for anything.
So, and I thought we'll do a quick opening. I'll open 2 packs. Thank you, Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. But let's see what we get, if we can get any super rares or anything like that out of these 2 packs.
Let's see how many people you can make angry with what you pull out of those.
Yeah. Like
good podcasting.
Like when I was at the last TFcon and I pulled a super rare out of like the first pack I bought.
Yeah, like the Siege 1 box they sent me, the first pack I opened was Megatron. It's kind of hard to go. It's kind of hard to go up from there.
I usually, when I'm opening up a booster box, because I've done several, I usually never get a super rare right like out of the top of the box. So it would be interesting. They have some advertisements on them. They have Transformers IDW, so they're advertising for that. Which I like that they're actually using these cross promotion spaces, and then you actually get a
for Cybertron,
one for the toys too. Yeah, so you got Impactor, Mirage, and Barricade. Yeah,
this is honestly the kind of coordination that I feel like Transformers has needed for many years. Because I kind of get the sense that a lot of people didn't even know the first run of IDW was happening.
Oh, this is interesting. This is Skytread, but it's the tank. So when you flip over the other side, it's just the legs. So this is a 2-part combiner.
Yeah, the Skytread is in there as a 2-part combiner. Both the weaponizers in this set, 6-gun and Brunt, are also 2 parts. And Omega Supreme is in there as
this
3
could have been
parts.
really fun if they were doing this during Armada and Energon. With all the minicon stuff.
So
and
this
the
is
power ranking.
Yeah.
Skytread is a uncommon, just in case anyone cares.
Well,
And
I
then-
mean, his pants are uncommon. There's no telling whether his shirt will be uncommon.
Oh, this is awesome. The little card is Raider Tailwind, but it looks like that G.I. Joe jet
The Rattler.
that we
The
got.
Rattler.
The Rattler.
Viper.
Because it's either like blue or purple. Yeah, Viper. It
Yeah.
looks like Viper, but
Yeah.
it's called
Well,
Raider
Tailwind-
Tailwind.
The original Tailwind was kind of close to a Rattler, but with the new G.I. Joe stuff coming out in the Transformers game, so maybe there may be a little bit of cross promotion going on.
Yeah,
In
like,
I know about, but I'm saying they might have colored the blue a little bit more closer to that, a little bit of a cross brand synergy there, maybe.
Tailwind was a Micromaster, right?
Yeah, I had him as a kid.
All right. And this is the second. I got Private Greenlight.
Nice.
And
It's shiny.
yeah.
Does that mean it's special?
No, they're all shiny on one side, and then the other side, if I could put it in the camera the right way, the other side it's the non holographic. So one side is always holographic, and she is also a uncommon. So not a bad pull for 2 pulls. And then as Rob was saying, I got Raider Brunt, which looks like he's just a part. Of course,
About a third of him.
Yeah.
Half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the weaponizers turn into when they're knocked out as robot forms, they become 2 equip cards to put on your other characters.
Oh,
okay.
that's pretty cool.
That makes sense.
That is awesome, because sometimes the weapon does a lot of damage. At least in some of the earlier waves, the weapon does a lot of damage. So when they do enough damage to this card and they flip it over, it may hurt their opponent even more. So sometimes they try to avoid hitting this card. But
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually,
that's all I
Let's,
got this week.
since nobody else has anything, let's jump to the news real quick, because 30 in the chat is asking if we're talking about the $200 Wave 1 collectors. Yeah.
Good segue.
So I didn't know how much this cost, but like when he mentioned $200, I'm like, oh, that looked like that cost $200. So this is the TCG new limited Wave 1 Energon Edition images and trailer. We're not going to play the trailer, but what all does this come with?
Okay, so it comes with, first off, a full booster box's worth of cards. It comes with 30 Wave 1 booster packs. It comes with 6 special versions of the rarest character cards in the set. Optimus Prime, Megatron, Cliffjumper, Slipstream, Bumblebee, and Nemesis Prime, with new art, and they are actually crediting the artist in the press release, and that's kind of unusual because people have been coming forward on Twitter, thankfully, so we can find out who did what. But for them to actually credit the artists in the release, that's kind of a rare thing. Also, giving 3 copies each of battle cards tied to those specific characters, and a set of 18 Energon dice and some storage boxes to keep the cards in. So it's a pretty, I would say, for what it is, given that the 30 booster packs themselves, I think, run about $90 a box. It is. That is a pretty good amount of stuff for what they're asking for this.
30 saying that it's plastic cards and the battle cards are foil.
Yeah, I forgot that part. The character cards are really, really heavy duty from
That's
what I'm seeing.
Ooh. It is really nice. That case is awesome too. It's like a San Diego Comic-Con type package that they would do. And the dice, I mean, we've never had a specific set of Transformers dice, even though you can pretty much use anything.
If I just had friends, I would totally get this.
Yeah.
Right?
I really want this set. I really, really will probably order it because it goes online at, it was like midnight on, when was the date, Rob? Do you remember that date? It was December 2nd at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay.
Also noon, not midnight.
Yeah, noon.
Hey, if
I'm
anybody
sorry.
from Wizards of the Coast is watching Diecast, I'd love to get that if you want to send it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, can't rule it out.
Yeah, they've been pretty
Very
nice to
generous.
us so far. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
extremely.
mean, it wouldn't be embargoed because I mean they've
They
pretty
should,
much shown everything in the set so far.
Yeah, it wouldn't be embargoed. They might just not have inventory on hand if they want to send out promotional samples.
Yeah. Oh man, but that is such a beautiful. That's like
It
a
is.
display piece.
really,
Yeah, and 30 just brought up in the chat what I was going to add to this, which is that the Cliffjumper and Slipstream that are in this anniversary box that previously were only available as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives from like a year ago, which sold through super, super fast and have been expensive on the secondary market ever since.
Oh, that was that was more than two. That was like that was that 2 years ago.
It was, I think it was SDCC summer before this last one.
Yeah.
I lose track of time.
Oh,
Well, time is the fire
in which we
burn.
burn.
Every
No, we
damn
missed it last
episode
week, I think.
now.
I'd be curious to know how many of these they actually made. I mean, I know
Yeah.
we're not gonna
Right.
know, but
not unless it's like not unless that's like a selling point for it as
I
a
would take
limited
this.
edition,
I mean,
which
it would just
wouldn't be impossible.
just looks nice.
Yeah,
It
it's a very attractive set. I've got no inclination toward playing the game, nor understanding of the mechanics, nor anyone to play it with, much as the rest of us are pretty much all in the boat of. But no, just as a piece of merchandise, this is really, really nice looking.
So let's go to what I would have described as like the big item for the show, but I think I'm the only one that cares. We saw a pre-order was made available a couple months ago, I think, at this point, for Super7 G1 reaction figures. And I was curious what we were going to get. We have official photos that popped up today, and I put a poll out on Twitter about 5 hours ago, and people are not enamored with these. I mean, it's like I think the let me actually pull up the poll and I'll tell you what the results were. But basically, more people than not think they're okay. Yeah, like they're okay.
Yeah.
So
that's Starscream head. Woo.
So of the ones we have the official pictures for from the Optimus Prime head looks like it's the best, most accurate, as long as most accurate you're comparing it to like Transformers the movie.
yeah. So the poll, I basically laid it out as in I kind of like it, I like it, I kind of hate it, I really hate it, and I kind of hate it was the winner with 37%. And second was they're okay, which is I kind of like it. The next was I hate it, which I labeled as kill them with fire was 18, and love them was 12%. I really like these. I'm not the biggest fan of the reaction figures. I have a couple when it makes sense in that aesthetic. Like I have a Blue Demon, the Luchador, who is Santo's partner. I have one of him that's just awesome, and a couple of Planet of the Apes figures. But for whatever reason, I just really like how these look for Transformers.
I kind of dig the jazz. That one, for some reason, speaking to me, the Starscream's face looks terrible.
Megatron's face is a little bit off looking too.
I
Yeah.
have all these pre-ordered.
I thought the same thing.
I'm not sure whether it's the quality of the plastic or the sculpt, but I feel like his cheekbones, for lack of a little better word, should be a little bit more sharp, more
reminds
defined.
me of that 2-pack of the sucker holder things from like 2007. The one Megatron and the Optimus.
Now that you
that's kind of what it
mention
looks
it.
like to me.
Yeah, I had those.
I have them somewhere.
Soundwave's face looks like someone stepped on it. It's just a little bit flat. Actually, the only two of these I really like that I can't really complain about too much is the Bumblebee and the Jazz.
I feel like they're all okay. I think these are going to run $15 a piece instead of the 10 that Reaction have usually been up to now.
I've been paying more than that for them.
Okay,
I thought these were
usually ran 10 around
$17.99.
here. Okay, well that's even more too much.
That is way.
It is. It's way too much for them.
Yeah.
I have them all pre-ordered, even the
But-
next wave.
Yeah, Jazz.
Yeah,
looks
Jazz
fine.
looks okay.
I like Jazz with the doors.
I think Jazz looks okay because the cartoon model for Jazz took all of the character out of
Yeah.
the toy. So like it's completely perfectly representative of that version of Jazz, whereas all the other ones still seem like they're missing something.
Yeah. I think these sculpts are better than the average Reaction sculpt, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Because they have a little bit less of that we're doing this bad on purpose vibe, which is just it is an artistic decision I cannot abide by personally. And
Like Funko
I think they
Pops.
do a little better.
Early on, the early ones are very much in that vein. Since then, they've gotten better. Like the Masters of the
good.
Universe ones are pretty good. But like the early ones that they base, like the Back to the Future, the Aliens, those are just garbage.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
ones where they're purposely trying to ape what Kenner toys were
Yeah, but
in
it's like
the 80s.
worse.
Yeah, if Transformers was trying to do that, they would base them on the ACOM
Yeah,
animation
yeah.
cells.
Oh man,
that would be perfect.
that I would actually want.
That would be
So
perfect.
I saw McFeely post a link to a tweet about how these are based on a color guide that a fan did incorrectly.
Yeah, Soundwave. Yeah, Soundwave at least is based on a mocked-up model sheet that some fan site did, which has incorrect lower legs.
It's weird.
The figure is still based on that. They fixed the card art because on the first display at Toy Fair they were actually using the fan model sheet designs directly on the cards, and yeah, he was throwing a little bit of a fit about that, and I can't blame him. There was another situation like that recently, wasn't there? One of the Lightning Collection figures they showed off is actually based off of cosplay.
SPD Red, yeah.
Although I think the situation with that might be slightly different.
Probably, but
Because there's no reason to believe that mistake is going to make it to like mass market level or be anything outside of just one PowerPoint presentation.
Well, especially since that's in the wave that's a year out, isn't it?
That's true. There's plenty of time to fix any semi-permanent mistakes that might have been made along the way. But no, I think the Lightning Collection thing was just like a badly put together PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, this actually
the fan community is making a lot more out of it than I think there actually is to it, as would typically be the case.
So
Yes.
the Def Jam version of Soundwave that was produced at a local convention in Los Angeles.
And it's going to be sold on the network app. Remember that?
Network app, which means you're not going to get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw Ant tweet about when the show started that it went up then, so it's probably
I'm
gone by
certain it
now.
is.
Unless nobody wants it, which is entirely possible.
Not impossible, yes. I kind of like the color scheme, but I don't really need it that much. I don't need any of these
it's
sets.
essentially just dead Soundwave.
I was going to go with G3 Soundwave, but either one.
Oh yeah, not Generation 3, but RX-78 G3.
I'm not going to lie.
Exactly.
I posted on Twitter and on the show like a horrible rant about network. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to do this again. Well, I installed it again. And
Did you get it?
just like before, the order failed.
What were
Oh,
you
the
trying
sound
to
wave.
get?
And
Oh.
I did it as soon as like Ant put it up, and it's still up for sale, but it keeps saying that the order failed
I still have it on
each
my
and
phone.
every
I gotta
time.
check it.
So this service sucks. Thanks, Hasbro. It sucks. Actually, I guess in this case, thanks, Super7.
And
It
Super7.
sucks. So yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, they could have just got better service if they used Matty Collector.
Digital River,
and
yes.
it still would have been better than that.
That is,
Yeah,
that is sad and
Matty
scary.
Collector, the back end was Digital River, and they did a better job than this. Yeah.
What?
yeah,
Wow,
you
I
to
have
install
never
a
heard.
mobile device
Yeah.
app to use them.
Yeah, I have never heard that's certain words strung together in that sentence before, Brian. It's amazing.
Don, have you tried to use Network?
Yeah, I was there for Ghostbusters too. Yeah, believe me, I tried to
Oh,
get
yeah.
the Ghostbusters that day, and it was I never even got past the main screen where it's. I mean, I clicked the link to go to try and buy it, and nothing ever happened. It never went anywhere. I didn't even get the order failed part.
Yeah, I think it is possible to use Network from desktop.
Yeah, well,
I
I
think,
don't know.
but they absolutely are pushing the app
horrible.
experience entirely
Yep.
for their service, which
Yep.
we can see how well that's
It
worked.
hasn't, so I'm not getting it. So did I put this one in here? No, yeah, I did. So, I actually shared this out to the mailing list earlier, I think. Big Bad Toy Store put this up for pre-order today. The FEXT transform and display out diorama sets. They look pretty nice. There's one it's like inside of the arc, and then one outside of the arc. I mean, obviously, it can't be an exact. I guess it could be an exact reproduction, but the outside of the arc, obviously, you look at it and like that doesn't look like the arc. But I'm certain they are trying to skirt that. They look nice. The little diorama displays. They're a little larger than I expected. So if you're somebody who likes taking photographs or reviews or something, this is probably for you.
I think they're too small for
You
reviews.
think so?
Yeah. I mean, the first one, not the outside of the arc, the inside of the arc. I mean, I guess you could get enough to make it big enough to do
But
a
the
review.
looks- I mean, like I'm looking at Ironhide right here on this one. He's right in the middle. I mean, you could get your camera on that, and I think that'd be fine for a smaller toy or even a masterpiece toy.
Either way, I mean, like 2 sets would definitely do
Yeah.
you.
So that's something. If that's your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they look pretty nice. It's something I'm probably going to keep my eye on at least.
Yeah, let's see here. I forgot the price. The article here doesn't mention it.
Oh, they're like $69.
$69.99.
They're about.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it sounds a little steep, but it's very comparable to other things
Yeah.
of this type.
Fair enough.
And when you compare it to like the mechanical chain bases from Kotobukiya that a lot of people for years have used in a similar way, it's actually quite a bit cheaper for the amount of area it covers.
Next thing, Eric totally ruined for me. So we have, is Eric still in the chat? I hope you hear that, Eric. You ruined this for me.
Were
No,
the forums wrong?
You'll have to
It's
explain how you
Earthrise
ruined
Optimus
it.
Prime. Their new leaked photos of the toy in hand. And I'm like, man, this looks so great. It looks so great. But Eric's like, the legs are just slightly too long for the body.
Yeah, I see it
I
too.
mean, I guess I can kind of see it like in the
And
thighs.
they are slightly too long.
That'll be fine.
I can get around that.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
doesn't-
Brian,
I
you
can
can
live
live with it.
it's like reverse Dreamwave.
Yeah. The thing is, if you look at it next to Anime Eyebrow Truck here, you can kind of see just how his lower torso is just a little bit longer, and that helps balance things out so much. I think it's not so much the legs, just as how as so much as how the skirt armor is part of the leg construction now, and that just makes it look weird. I had a similar problem with Siege Starscream, if I'm honest. That just always felt kind of off.
Like with this, I'm definitely buying it. I don't hate it. It's just like before I thought it was like perfection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not quite that. I'm happy they made the hands blue. The fact that they also made the eyes blue instead of yellow means that I will probably just keep trying to get 35th anniversary Optimus Prime and leave it at that for myself.
On the other hand, if you can pop the head apart and then get it back together again without breaking anything, it's much easier to make the eyes yellow than to make the hands blue as a consumer.
That is true.
But yeah, it's worth pointing out. So, like, we saw the hands being gray at New York Comic Con, which nobody seemed to like, of people who actually had a preference. And now they seem to have been painted over blue. The finish is different than the other blue parts on the toy, so I don't think it's a plastic colors change.
It's good enough for me, though. I mean, if it's going to come like
It's
that,
a definite improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think it is paint application.
It looks so great.
Yeah, no, I studied these. I studied the photos for a little while I was working on rounding them all up, because boy, oh boy, was that a quest. And yeah, the finish definitely looks painted. Like there's some plastics that have that kind of sheen and semi-metallic quality to them, but that usually also comes with a little bit of translucence, which did not seem to be in evidence here. And all the other parts that we know were changed to gray along with the hands at New York Comic Con's display are still gray. So it seems unlikely that was a plastic layout change.
Including the interior of his legs. Is
correct.
Clearly correct.
Yeah.
Well observed, sir.
can I complain about something real quick?
Do you have to?
Sure.
It's unrelated.
It's kind
to
of
this,
what we do.
but
I mean,
it's
Not
in
on
the
this.
photo that cel-shaded Optimus Prime. People have been finding that in Walmart stores for like 2 weeks now. Ours were supposed to ship November 1st. It was pushed back from
Just go to a store.
October.
Yeah, and then it got pushed back again to December.
December?
Oh, is it December? Last time I looked, it said
And-
November 15th.
I thought I heard they got
Ant's
pushed
having
back
some
again.
issues
Yeah.
with his too, and it just sounds frustrating. That's why I canceled and just drove out of my way to a store that had them.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, too. Like, with the Optimus Prime especially, since over the course of the pre-release period, we'll call it, we found signs of there being 2 or possibly 3 faceplate variants. That was something, like, I had long since decided, I either need to buy this from eBay, where somebody's taking a picture of the actual one they're selling, or I need to go into a store and see this for myself and make sure I'm getting the faceplate variant I want, if any at all. I'm not buying, as Rob puts it, anime eyebrows Optimus Prime anymore. I was going to until the Earthrise one was revealed, and now I'm just probably going to go with that
Going back
next
to your
year.
point about trying to find the photos, Weebot's asking if you found the photo of the open trailer. I didn't see.
No, I didn't.
I didn't see it. So
It was a struggle to get the 6 or 7 that I did, because I had to go all over the place, because no one place where these had been reposted had more than 2 or maybe 3, and there was a lot of
Don,
overlap.
what?
Hey, Chris, I'm holding up the one that I got last week that you said I had the good.
Yeah, the
Face
dark
on-
faceplate with the
Weebot
light
has
highlight.
them.
Okay, I figured. Yeah, I figured you want to maybe sort of say what the good faceplate was, if that helps any.
Yeah, well,
didn't
I
know
mean,
what
in
that
my
would-
opinion, it's the one where the base color of the faceplate is dark and it has the light highlight on it. There's an alternative one we've seen pictures of where the faceplate is painted lighter and it has a shadow in the same pattern instead of a highlight. And then there is a third one that we may have only seen on display during Hasbro's panel at New York Comic Con, where the faceplate was half dark and half light. If that's an actual production variant and not just like an early sample they had at where they went back for deco revisions afterward, that seems to be the least common variant, but it's also the one that looks the worst,
So
in my
Weebot already
opinion.
sent them over, and I'll show it right here. You can see it.
Okay. It looks a little bland and they're being all
Hey, I'm fine
monochrome,
with
but,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of paint on the repair drone will definitely dress that up. Like, even if you don't change the color overall, just like some contrast on there for the canopy, or
Yeah.
what would be the canopy.
I really do hope we get a MicroMaster roller to stick
That'd
in
be
there,
great.
though.
Yes, that would be nice.
Let's see here. What else?
Well, yeah, I mean, if this was coming out as part of this year's toy line, I would assume we'd get a weaponizer roller, even.
So I'm really excited about this next item, actually. The problem is I'm going to have to go to a Dave & Buster's or one of those big game centers. There's a Transformers VR Battle Arena arcade game from Minority Media. You can play as a Transformer in virtual reality. Yeah.
Neat.
So I think it's I don't remember the name of them. They're all really generic, but we have one of these Frankie's Fun Park or something about 20 minutes from here, and
that just sounds so
well,
sketchy.
it's actually kind of cool. They have linked up.
Is it beside the clown motel?
They have no. This is it's much higher rent than that. They have linked Mario Kart 8 machines. I mean, it's pretty. It's a very nice facility. But they also have, I think is it a Halo VR game or something like that that I wanted to play, but I just couldn't because I couldn't play with the kids, and I kind of sucked. But this looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can play as I'm assuming Optimus Prime and Bumblebee.
I also see Megatron and Soundwave in there. If you look at the picture 3 out of 4, you can see Soundwave in the background.
Guessing if it's 4 players, those may be the 4. Since it's like a versus thing. Yeah,
seems like it. Also, I note that they're all using that the Evergreen character models we saw on card art that never went anywhere a few years back.
Exactly right. It looks neat. So if
It does.
If they get it in, I'll go play it. I'll get video, or actually, you can't get video because it would literally just be me running around with a mask on.
I mean, for a certain purpose of entertainment, that
there's
an appeal while in itself.
Or we could just all get back together here at my house and go play.
But then I'd have to drive to North Carolina again, and I've done that twice now and not enjoyed it either time.
There you go.
And I think flying would just be too expensive.
It'd be like I've made that flight before from Nashville to Charlotte. It's like an hour.
You have.
I spent
Oh, it's the same as when I flew to Detroit.
I spent more time in the airport. Yeah, waiting than I did in the air. I hate it.
I love those flights actually.
Yeah, no, I would rather be on a short flight like that and spend more time in the airport than go on like a 6 or 7 hour
The longest
flight.
I've ever been in a plane was flying to Portland from Charlotte, and
how long did that take?
well, flying back from Portland to Charlotte took longer because of the headwinds, but 7 hours, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what I would hate.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm going to bother getting in a plane, it has to save me, a lot of time.
Well, it takes me 10 hours to drive to your place from here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would consider that worth it, especially then not having to drive to North Carolina, which is a process I hate regardless of the amount of time it takes.
Yeah, true. Let's see here. What else?
I think Matt knows exactly what I'm talking about, just, different roads.
Well, I've got a minor piece of
Yes.
breaking news here, Brian. That G-Shock Optimus Prime watch that came out earlier this year. Yeah, they starting on November 18th, Takara Tomy Mall is going to be taking pre-orders for a Nemesis Prime version.
Oh wow, we first heard talk of that, I think, almost a year ago.
Jeez, was it, man?
It's been months and months.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yeah, it's fun.
They mentioned it at a Tokyo Toy Show or Wonderfest or something. Someplace Takara had a panel. They mentioned it, but there was no images or anything, and it was very soon after the original G-Shock Convoy came out or was announced.
So a friend of mine is really into watches. He loves watches, and he says G-Shocks are good watches. So, I don't know that they're what this costs, but they're worth that. But
yeah, it is still kind of expensive, about $330
Yeah, I want it, and I'm stupid enough to pay that much money for something, just not this.
Yeah, no, I think the version without the watch was like 120 or 150.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure there is any such version for this particular one.
Probably
At-
not.
At any rate, it seems to be fairly fast turnaround. Like I said, pre-orders start on November 18th, and if I'm reading the site correctly, it should ship in early December.
Oh, so they actually just have them made already.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
This next item, I honestly even debated on whether even to put it in the show notes, but Transform Element, Beast War MM001, and official Black Arachnia in hand images. It doesn't really do a lot for me.
Now, if this were in scale with, say, the other basic Beast Wars figures, I think for the level of complexity I'm seeing and style and all that, that would be about fine. Anything larger, more complex, or more expensive, I don't think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, this is, I think, about the same size as the G1 inspired Legend scale stuff some of the third parties are doing. I think
might actually scale out
It's
right.
a little small.
It looks off.
It does look
it's
off.
Really.
Oh no, the design is off, but that's mostly because it still has to transform.
Yeah, this kind of looks almost to me like a reaction Black Arachnia with articulation.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I would be interested in handling this just to see how they accomplish some of the engineering challenges of doing this. As for actually owning one, probably not.
No.
Well,
But you know me, I'm always up for checking out like inventive engineering solutions.
Don, you about to say something?
Yeah, I did see a picture I thought someone took with a Silverbolt, with a Beast Wars Silverbolt, and it didn't quite, if scale is important to you, somebody, they didn't quite, it wasn't that far off, but there was something just uncanny valley about
I
the
didn't
two
see
side
it,
by
but Black
side.
Arachnia should be still a good deal smaller, right, mass-wise, than Silverbolt. And height-wise, should still be a little. It should be shorter.
A couple heads shorter, at least.
Yeah, it's just the way the picture. It might have been the angle or the lighting or something. It's just like with MP44. I can't put my finger on it. There was something kind of just uncanny valley about the two together, but it didn't look bad, color-wise and just as a couple. But it's just something about them. The scale was a little off, but that's.
Next thing, I don't get this. This is one of those Japanese things that I just not exactly sure I get. Bump.
Yeah, so I'm glad you have to say this name regardless.
Bump of Chicken Cross Transformers Sonic Blue Bumble and Exosuit Shama Limited Edition Redeco.
So Bump of Chicken is a Japanese band, and Chama is one of the members.
He is the
Chama
singer,
is
I
a big
believe,
Transformers fan. So somehow or other, they were able to work together with Takara and get a limited edition redeco done to be sold as merchandise on one of their tours that's going on right now, and some to be sold by mail order.
Okay, can we get like a Radio Free Cybertron Transformer then? Because
I've talked about it.
Well, just get together a lot of money. We could probably at least get an RFC third-party toy made.
Seriously, we talked about making something through Alibaba or something. Yeah, I mean, I forgot. Maybe it was me and John.
I kind of remember that, but I forget what it was.
We were looking at robots that were for sale there. That I think we were going to customize it to.
Oh yeah, like one of those double-decker
like
bus
that,
robots. Yeah,
I hate them because I need this,
but
and I don't want to have to jump through the hoops to get it.
Okay, so price-wise, I've been checking this out because I like it too, and I kind of was thinking about it.
It's 4,000 yen base price, but
At the show.
you can only on the mail
How
order
much?
also.
Okay.
But
That's not bad.
4,000 yen.
$40.
But from what I've heard, you can only order from within Japan, so there's going to be middleman markup. However, this would end up getting out of the country.
These are already running about $140
They're
on
already
eBay.
for sale.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, they were on sale at one or more concerts that have happened since this was announced, and they sold out before the tour was over. So the ones that are on eBay now are most likely from purchases at one of these shows, and the mail order ones are still to come at some point in the near future.
May have to.
This is one of those weird things that I would like to have. Yes.
It's definitely worth keeping an eye on this over the next few weeks. That should tell a little bit more about what the availability and what the final pricing is going to be like for anybody who's not in Japan.
Because you know, Brian, that'll look really great next to Jeffrey Prime.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have a third-party toy because MMC usually mentions me on all their boxes.
Oh,
so
I get it.
I mean,
I had no idea where you're going.
I just want my, let's get an RFC official Transformer.
Last
RFC cons.
RFC cons before Unicron.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, somebody tweeted this. I forgot who it was. I apologize. Tweeted at us. This
late last week.
I've gone to Dollar Tree and I can't find them. There are G1, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Soundwave, and Bumblebee bag clips. I don't know why you need a clip for a bag, but they're Transformers branded, and they don't look terrible.
Oh, never mind. I thought.
No, these are just to clip onto a bag.
I don't know why you need to clip them onto your bag.
Kids do it because
kids love G1 Bumblebee
backpacks
and Megatron.
It's for
middle-aged people.
Flair. It's for flair.
It's for their parent to clip something on their bag for them.
I like to hang it off my bicycle handle.
So these are at Dollar Tree. So of course they're $1 a piece. So check out your Dollar Trees. I have another one I need to hit up. It's beside of Ollie's, but I never go to it.
You never go to Ollie's, or you never go?
I would imagine these would probably pop up at other places besides just Dollar Tree. Like, these have Big Lots written all over them, maybe even Five Below at some point.
I need them. Yeah.
I actually managed to care about these slightly less than the reaction figures.
Really? I like the reaction figures.
Come on, you can at least use one as like a car keychain.
No, that looks really uncomfortable to have in my pocket.
Yeah. You could buy like 16 or 17 of these for the price of one of those reaction figures.
That's true.
That's true. Even with the exorbitant sales tax around here, I could absolutely do that.
That I completely stole that RFC Cons before Unicron joke from Daltinian in the chat. Just want to point that out.
I thought that seemed a little too clever for you.
You don't want to have a Megatron in your pocket?
I have a Megatron in my pocket.
Well, certainly not that one.
He has an orange cap. I always carry that one in my pocket. Doesn't everybody?
Not in my pocket, but...
Nice.
Got it right here on my desk.
I remember buying an orange hat for that. Remember...
Well, there's no telling where that's gone.
Mine got thrown away, I think. But yeah, I bought an orange hat for that episode because it was just at the time so preposterous. They put the orange cap on the Legend scale toy. Yeah, okay. Hey, Amazon, buy something. tfradio.net/scream. I don't even want to say what that is. You should just go right now. Halloween's over. I'll tell you what it is. And it's also on Don's wish list. Massey Attack.
Is it the collected movie series of
Cadbury
Scream?
Scream eggs. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, $48 for $20. It's actually a really good price.
/scream. Hey, just go and click the link and consider buying it. It's great. It's awesome.
I remember getting Cadbury cream eggs for $1.
Yeah, but that was 100 years ago, old man.
I mean, it might as well have been, yeah.
Or really good clearance. I mean, one of the two.
Oh, clearance on Cadbury eggs hasn't been that good in years. When you can even find them on clearance, because that seems to be the first thing that gets cleaned out, day of.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows those are the best chocolate candies that we can get in America.
tfradio.net/scream. You know you want it.
Although, this is completely off subject here, but Aldi has a small selection of chocolates that are really, really tasty. Like they don't have that weird chemically bitter
I call it
thing
the cheap
going
taste.
on. Okay,
Like Zachary
but you know what I'm
and
talking
Palmer
about. Like they don't have
chocolates.
that.
Oh, those aren't the Palmer isn't even actually chocolate. So Palmer is made of like vegetable solids
Yeah, it's
and chocolate
not
liqueur,
good.
as I recall.
Palmer's is the Duke's
Oh,
mayonnaise
Don.
of chocolate.
Okay, Don, I'm gonna hang up on you.
Heresy.
No, it sounds more like the Miracle Whip of chocolate.
Yes,
100%.
Miracle Whip of chocolate.
Yeah.
That is exactly accurate.
Yeah. But no, Aldi legitimately has some
Dude,
good chocolate
Jive.
products.
It was awesome.
I wish I had
miss
found
Jive.
out about those. I wish I'd found out about those before Aldi was closing them out.
Yeah, I know. I've been hoping for Jive to make a comeback for years, and obviously it hasn't. But no, they have like stuff in like I want to say imitation European style packaging. And if you can find that stuff, it's a couple dollars for a decent sized package of like chocolate squares, or sometimes they've even got like a cookies and cream filling. I get them sometimes because I usually hate any chocolate I can find at the store because it's all awful.
But
But
at
it's actually pretty good.
tfradio.net/scream and
Yeah.
buy those Cadbury eggs right now.
Yes, because of normal American chocolate candies,
But before
those
we
are
move
the
along,
best.
I do
you
want to
can
point
get.
out, Jive, of course, was a knockoff of Twix. Lidl, if you have a Lidl, they also have their own in-store knockoff of Twix. They're not as good as Jive. They're okay, but they're not Jive.
No.
Jive was excellent.
I was just amazed how much better the shortbread cookie was in the
they're
Jive
great.
bar than
Yeah, they're
in
great.
Twix.
Oh, Jive bars were like really
Jive
high
was
quality.
excellent.
Yeah, like I would easily have eaten the cookie in there by itself, which I don't think is anything I've ever thought about
Yeah.
a Twix bar.
Aldi's done a lot with their remodel over the last couple of years to make their visible quality look better, but like all along, their in-store brands have been really good stuff in general, including their candy.
Cool. Hey,
This podcast not
No,
sponsored by Aldi.
Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, just a couple of things, which let me bring this up right now while I am still thinking about chocolate. We've got, well, actually, there's just one here, which is a review of the new amazing Yamaguchi Optimus Prime. Oh, there's the other one. It was covered by a thing. Amazing Yamaguchi Optimus Prime is basically a new version of Revoltech Optimus Prime. Same sculptor. A couple of years better technology on it. I have not watched the review, but I expect it to be a little bit better than the old Revoltech Prime, but still very similar in styling. And also, apparently, Angry Birds Transformers is still a thing, and
Really?
they just added Cliffjumper to the
Wait,
game.
there's an actual Angry Birds Transformers game. I thought it was just the toys.
No, it was a game.
Shows you how much I paid attention.
Yeah, like 4 years ago.
The toys were compatible with the game.
the toys
in
are so
fact.
horrible.
Are we sure this didn't just get accidentally bumped up from 3 or 4 years ago?
Well, the dates in the story are right, so I'm going to assume this is real and not some elaborate
I
prank.
could have sworn that was just like a weird crossover toy. I'm gonna have to install it right now so I can play it. Carry on.
That's it.
I'm installed. Okay.
Yeah, you can't install it because now you gotta do the
Hey,
cross
so
promotion.
we just posted. Rob Springer just posted a new episode of Transformers Squadron this week, episode 15. This week, Rob. Of course, this is the official podcast of ZoneBase.org, so it's mostly Transformers, mostly ish, not all Transformers, and of course it's things that interest Rob. So of course you got to have Godzilla. So Godzilla turned 65. He also, a favorite of mine, he talks about Mad Balls at Sonic restaurants. I haven't listened yet, so I have no idea what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, are there Mad Balls at Sonic?
Yes, there
Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, I know what I'm doing after the show. Then he also talks about those Transformers bag clips and bots. Bots, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, we didn't even have that in
There
we
was-
talked about it during the news.
I didn't see an
but
article at TFormers.
series, but we talk about some stuff even when we can't have a T-Formers article. Series 4 bots turned up at retail in the U.S. out
At
of
Target,
nowhere.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, in California, I believe.
Yeah, I went to my Target looking, and of course they didn't have them. So
Yeah. So we've seen it's the single packs that were found, and they can be identified with blue fronts on them, where Series 3 had orange, Series 2 had green, and
Red,
Series
yeah.
1 was
My
red.
Target has everything. It has Series 1, 2, and 3 on the shelf at the same time, which is just weird to me, but yeah. But yeah.
I'm hoping, if they do a few more series, one of them will just be plaid.
I hope
That'd
the
be
next
nice.
one's transparent just to make it easy. But yeah, so Rob talked about bots. Hopefully we'll talk about some bots next week. You can follow us on Twitter at TF Radio, on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. We're on Instagram at TF Podcast. We're on YouTube at Radio Free Cybertron. We also, of course, have our Roku channel. You can just add that directly from your browser to your Roku by going to tfradio.net/Roku and just logging in. You can install it remotely. We also have a Fire TV app, which is at tfradio.net/Fire TV. Again, it'll take you to the Amazon page for the app. You can install it from right there. Super easy. You can watch us on your TV. Of course, subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts if that's your thing. It's not mine. I'm a Spotify user. As far as the service goes, we're also on Spotify. We're basically everywhere. TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Basically, if you can find a podcast there, you can find us there. So we are everywhere. It's true.
Oh, I have some late breaking news as
Okay.
well. I just got an email from Ollie's, and they have Transformers Premier Figure Optimus Prime, and estimated $39.99 for $19.99. So
Which way is this?
that was the larger than leader.
No, I think that was
might
that
be
was the leader.
class.
That
Yeah,
was the
so-
leader with a really bad backpack.
Yeah, so they should have last night leader class figures for $20 a piece. So if you're still looking at Megatron or Dragonstorm, you should have another shot at them.
Dragonstorm.
If you're looking for Dragonstorm, go look at Hasbro Toy Shop on eBay, because that's on there for markdown. Also, maybe not the $20, but it's definitely.
Are we talking
cheaper.
about this
Okay.
horrible version of Dragonstorm?
No, the Premier
No.
Edition, not
Yeah.
not
The
whatever.
leader, not the.
This
Yeah.
place sucks so bad. It was
Why'd
on
you buy
clearance.
He has a problem, Diecast. I would think you could relate.
I can.
Yeah.
I was just asking. I mean,
It sucks.
we may be mad, but
It
there's
sucks.
a reason.
But in a way, I kind of like it. I don't know.
Yeah, Brian
yeah.
has a problem.
Hold on. Let me press the button again. Yes. What the hell?
What?
I don't know. Nick too.
Why is it speaking Klingon?
I don't know. So yeah.
Well, I guess the last night was much better in the original
Yeah,
Klingon.
it was. You can follow me on Twitter at bkilby, on Instagram at Brian Kilby, and I haven't posted an episode recently, but I am working on my next Christmas album. Hopefully it'll be out before Christmas.
What was our secret track supposed to be?
What?
We were talking about a secret track for the album, or
Oh.
a bonus track.
If he told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
Oh no! So what that is? It's when you play a game CD and a CD player, and it says, do not play track 1. It's just track 1 from that.
yeah.
That's the secret track.
But yeah, you can find like my previous Christmas albums. And for those who don't realize, yes, I do have Christmas albums up for download. They're all free. You can get those at briankilby.com, BrianKilby. I have other podcasts that I do there. But I am working on my next Christmas album. I'm very excited about it. Hopefully I'll have it up before December. I'll probably get some recording done this weekend and next. And I'm actually doing something I haven't done before. I'm actually, because I'm running low on free tracks, free background tracks to play, I'm actually opening up the pocketbook, and I've actually paid for some performance tracks to go, because I don't actually play instruments, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, briankilby.com, and that's basically it. Rob, how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, I am on Twitter at Rob Flails and no, not in Flailthroughs. Rob Flails is the official Twitter account of Flailthroughs, and I am also at Figure Reviewers.
What's the difference between the two?
Flailthroughs.
I mean, you see. I mean, is it one just toys and one video games? Is that how you break it up?
That's kind of how I wound up trying to compartmentalize things. I have my my personal Twitter, which is private. Figure Reviewers I kind of keep for toy and RFC related things, and then Rob Flails is for Flailthroughs related projects.
Outside looking in, because it's hard for somebody to step outside of themselves. Like whenever I see, I don't differentiate. When I see one of the three, to me it's not like, oh, this is Flailthroughs, this is toys. It's Rob. So that's kind of how I see it, but.
That's fair. At this point, I do seem to have like distinctive sets of followers for all three, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. But Flailthroughs is, of course, the my YouTube channel. Mostly, I cover Gundam Battle Operation 2, the free-to-play Gundam game on PlayStation 4, and that updates every week, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So the update. Post and video will be going up for that tomorrow as of this recording. If you like what I do there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can drop me a couple of bucks, request specific mobile suits, weapon combinations, colors, whatever. And of course, the work that Chris and I do for TFormers in terms of video, including that unboxing video I've got coming soon, is on YouTube at TFormers TV.
And my review of the Megatron model kit did go up on TFormers last week, so that's up there on the YouTube channel too to check out.
Yeah,
cool.
Forgot to mention that during the show also, because that was kind of just a probably will happen, but never with a definite thing at that point last week.
Yeah, if I'd remembered, I would have put it in also on TFormers. But
it's okay. It's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
John.
That John D. everywhere.
Awesome. Chris.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter in the original Klingon at ChrisRTXV. I'm selling things to try to raise money to replace my camera, which started physically breaking SD cards on me pretty much as soon as I would put a new one in. So that's kind of become a problem, because SD cards are cheap, but when you have to use a brand new one for every single time you put it in the camera, that kind of adds up. So if you want to help out with that, you can check out what I have for sale. My sales list gets shared regularly to make sure it's easy to find. You could also, if you would like, instead, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos. I have a special backing tier specifically for the camera funding project, but I also have a $5 tier where you can be just credited on any future galleries that post when I do replace the camera finally. And at the $15 tier, you'll be credited permanently on future galleries, whether you stay a patron or not. But, please consider staying a patron if you decide to join at the $15 level. You can always turn down your pledge later if you want to. But, I am super grateful for everybody who's pitched in on this so far. You've helped me out more than I can say. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for everything you've done so far. And hopefully this long national nightmare will soon be behind us.
I'm thinking about you every day.
Thank you. I'm sorry also that you have to think about me every day.
Let's see here. Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
And from the sounds of it, shortly be found in bed.
And Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can also follow my Reviews by Diecast on Facebook, or like that page, Reviews by Diecast. And make sure you check out tfradio.net/reviews, as I will have that full unboxing of the Siege 2 booster box to go on there soon. Hopefully no later than Sunday.
This would be the video.
Oh, I probably would have.
So don't forget. Cool. You can find this episode at tfradio.net/647. That's tfradio.net/ the episode number for whatever episode it is. That's how you can get the you can watch if you listen to the podcast, you can actually watch it from that page. or you can just download the podcast and see all the links that we talk about, or most of them. Also, Rob Springer, who I mentioned a minute ago, he is on Twitter at RoboRobSpringer, and of course at zonebase.org. That's it. That's the show. We will be back in your ears
folks.
next week. We promise.
To transform your podcast into an adventure.
Cool. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Jared. He's complimenting the Christmas stuff. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
spent money on it.
Is there a way to put it on iTunes?
The Christmas
That'd be
albums?
Cool. Yeah.
They are already in the podcast feed, but they're not like, as an album that you can buy.
G-Shock Nemesis Prime looks pretty good.
It does.
Azusa's table had a G-Shock Optimus Prime. I'm not sure
With or
if
without
it,
the watch.
I'm not sure if it was with or without. But it was
With.
he started at
With.
350 and then marked it down
With.
to 300
So probably the one with the watch.
Yeah.
with the watch.
Hey, people watching live, I think we're going to end. The show went a little long, and we have some